It's Thanksgiving Eve, and I'm here to give you a wine pairing and a couple of football predictions because there's 3 games tomorrow. All right, let's start with the most obvious part and the most important part, the wine. Now, I give this a lot of thought. There's a lot of ways to go with the wines here because it all really depends on what you're going to be having on your Thanksgiving table. This year, I have the great fortune of not needing to cook anything. I don't even have to bring anything. All I have to do is bring a positive attitude. And that's what I'm going to bring over to the house tomorrow. But I'm also going to bring some wine because they're going to be looking to me to bring some wine. So after much deliberation, the only wine, I kind of always knew this was the only wine to choose. The only wine to choose is champagne. It goes with everything. If you are a family that has turkey, white meat or dark meat, champagne. If you're a family that also has ham or prime rib or lasagna or fish or steaks, it goes with that. If you're a family that's just eating vegetables or only sides, it goes with that too. People generally don't realize how versatile champagne is because we've kind of been conditioned to think of it as something only for celebrations. Somebody graduated, somebody got married, somebody got a promotion. Those are great things to celebrate, and you should celebrate them. But listen, champagne goes great because it has an amazing ability to cut through richness, cut through greasiness, handle saltiness. Those little bubbles on your tongue really offer a lot. So for the wine that I'll be bringing tomorrow, it is a wine that I represent. It is a wine that I generally drink on my birthday. I treat myself to a bottle because I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of expensive, but it is really one of the best champagnes out there. I will put it up against any champagne that you've ever heard of before. If you want to get a bottle, and I only have 3 left, go ahead and contact me. It is the RC Lemaire Milsame Blanc de Blanc 2009. Okay, so what makes this bottle so great that 1, it's over $200, and 2, it is a bottle that I like to have on my birthday? Good thing you asked, I'm gonna tell you. This bottle of wine, 1, is made with 100% Chardonnay grapes that are grown in the Marne region of the Champagne Valley. Now, as you may or may not know, only wines that come from the Champagne region in Champagne can be called champagne. Anything else is a sparkling wine from anywhere else in the world, even other parts of France. There is a city, or rather a region right next door to France called right next door to Champagne called Aziz that I really like, and they make a great Cremant. It is a sparkling wine, but because it does not come from Champagne, it cannot be called champagne. So this champagne spends 4 years in the bottle aging. It is full of tons of handwork. These grapes are picked by hand. They are then pressed by hand with a machine, not like with somebody's hand. And then they are hand bottled. And then of course somebody is turning it. That somebody is called a riddler. And it's a person who turns a bottle a quarter of a turn every day to make sure that all the sediment and the yeast from the bottom comes to the front. Now, that's often why champagne is expensive. There's a lot of kind of handwork involved. Keep your dirty jokes to yourself. They're so easy though. I'm sure you're gonna make some. But this champagne is amazing and I cannot recommend it enough. Now, this bottle's closed, and like I said, I only have 3 bottles, so I'm not even opening this bottle. But I didn't want you to think that I wasn't gonna drink on this show. So in the interim, I'm having something that you might enjoy. I found this one to be really an acquired taste. It is a cava from Spain, and it is called Campo Viejo. It's pretty easy to find, and it's not too expensive. It's good for everyday drinking because it's not too expensive. It has a great golden color. It is made out of Pareja and Macabeo. So it is a blend of those 2 Spanish grapes. It can be very dry, which is generally why I like cava, because it is more dry, similar to champagne. But it kind of depends on the day for me with this particular wine. Some days I like it and other days I think it's terrible. Today, because it's the only thing that I have open in the house right now, it's fine. So I'm having it. Now, let's talk about the football games because there's a ton of them And I got a lot to say. So, first game is coming on at 9:30 in the morning Pacific time. That's where I am. And that first game, I had to write them down because I couldn't remember the order off the top of my head. So if you see me looking to the side, that's what's happening. First game is the Bears at Detroit. Now, Detroit is 10-1. The Bears are 4-7. This is almost a no-brainer. Go ahead and pick Detroit. This will be the first time in a long time that Detroit could definitely win on Thanksgiving. Detroit has been playing football on Thanksgiving since 1934, when their owner decided that they needed to drum up some more excitement about the NFL game. So he decided to put a game on Thanksgiving. It sold out, and they have been playing on Thanksgiving ever since then. Now, the one thing that could be a little bit of a hiccup for Detroit is that two of their starters are out, and they are their left tackle, Taylor Decker, and their cornerback, Carlton Diggs. So that could be a problem for them. And there is some concern that their star wide receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown, he has a tough name, is questionable. So he might just be a game time decision. But listen, the Bears are not that good. So even if Caleb Williams does his absolute best, he's not good enough to get past the Lions. Go ahead and take the Lions. Now, at 1:30, it's the New York Giants versus the Cowboys. Now, my family tends to eat afternoon lunch. So we have our Thanksgiving dinner at 2:30, which is good because this game is trash. I mean, that's really the only way to describe it. The Saints are 2-9, okay? And the Cowboys are 4-7. These teams are terrible. They are not good. This game is not going to be good. Luckily for the Cowboys, the Giants are so bad, they're definitely going to win. And, fun fact, the Cowboys have been playing on Thursday night since 1966. Their old owner also was interested in drumming up extra publicity for the team, and they were able to sell out the game, and they've been there ever since. Now, there's also a night game, and it's at 5:20. And this night game is the Miami Dolphins at the Green Bay Packers. Miami is 5-6. The Packers are 8-3. This game has only been happening since 2006. So this is like absolutely a money grab by the league. I mean, listen, you made $9 billion last year. How much money do you need to make? But this game could have basically any team. They can choose any teams that they want for this game because there's no precedent like with the Cowboys and the Lions. So this year's game, it's Miami and the Packers. Go ahead and take the Packers. Miami doesn't look great. And I have to be honest, every time I see their head coach, I just am wondering if like he's really just doing drugs during the halftime because he looks crazy. And they're kind of falling apart. The only thing that Miami has going for it is that they won last week against the New England Patriots. And they won by so much, they named their quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. I never can get his last name right. He was named Offensive Player of the Week. Okay, now, to recap, let's start with champagne. Get it, drink it, love it. If you don't feel like spending that much, you can take a risk on this cava. It's pretty easy to find. First game, go ahead and take the Lions. They're killing it. Second game, take the Cowboys, and they're ridiculous. I read that they're going to be serving some kind of a turkey gravy egg roll. Who knows? Go ahead and take the Cowboys, and then for the night game, take the Packers. It's so obvious. All right, I know that's a lot. And the other thing is, I'm going to be coming to you on Friday because they have a game on Black Friday. All right, I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. If you're not subscribing, do it now. You're going to want to hear more about this. And if you have any questions in particular, like how do I get this champagne, please contact me. Cheers.